Hello, my name is Lorena Gomez Bremans, and today I want to talk about global warming, that it's a really interesting topic nowadays. Global warming, so it's the first point that I'm going to explain you. Glaciers are melting, sea levels are rising, good forests are dying, and wildlife is scrambling to keep peace. It's becoming clear that humans have caused most of the past century's warming by releasing heat-trapping gases as we power our modern lives. But what is uh, greenhouse gases? Well, cold greenhouse gases, their levels are higher now than in the last 650,000 years. And first, sunlight shines onto the Earth's surface where it's absorbed and then radiates back into the atmosphere as heat. In the atmosphere, greenhouse gases trap some of this heat and the rest escapes into space. The more greenhouse gases are in the atmosphere, the more heat gets trapped. And well, scientists have known about the greenhouse effect since 1824 when Joseph Fourier calculated that the Earth would be much colder if it had no atmosphere. The greenhouse effect is the warming that happens when certain gases in Earth's atmosphere trap heat, as I mentioned. And as you can see here, well, this scientist calculated that the Earth would be much colder if it had no atmosphere, and levels of greenhouse gases have gone up and down over the Earth's history, but they have been fairly constant for the past few thousands years. Global average temperatures have stayed fairly constant over that times as well until recently. But we have another important question. Our temperature change is natural? Well, scientists says that the average global temperature and concentrations of carbon dioxide, one of the major greenhouse gases, have fluctuated on a cycle of hundreds of thousands of years as the Earth's position relative to the Sun has varied. As a result, ice ages have come and gone. But what happened nowadays? Well, now humans have increased the amount of carbon dioxide, unfortunately, in the atmosphere by more than a third since the Industrial Revolution, that it was an important event in our history. And changes these large have historically taken thousands of years, but are now happening over the course of decades. And well, occasionally other factors briefly influence global temperatures, for example, volcanic eruptions, for example, that emit particles that temporarily cool the Earth's surface. And why is this a concern? Well, the rapid rise in greenhouse gases is a problem because it is changing the climate faster than some living things may be able to adapt. Also, a new and more unpredictable climate poses unique challenges to all life. And well, as you can see in these pictures, unfortunately, we have around the world these situations. For example, the difference between average global temperatures today and during those ice ages in only about 5 degrees Celsius, 9 degrees Fahrenheit, and these swings happen slowly over hundreds or of thousands of years. And as you can see, well, it's very common that we can watch these kind of images in the news. In conclusion, well, I want to share with you this phrase that I think it's really impact and important. And for example, it says that when nature is destroyed, when artificial things replace the natural beauty, all the good qualities that we as beings have will be ruined. As you can see in these pictures, unfortunately, many animals are suffering, as we can see in this picture, for example, with the turtle, and for example, with the forest. And finally, on the third picture, this kid is living in a horrible place, in contact, and it's in contact with the garbage. And as you can see here, we have the references that I use for this presentation. Thank you very much.